and foremost, welcome to the winner's circle. We are so happy for the two of you and congratulations on winning the amazing race. I loved being able to watch last night live with you, your cast, your family, and friends. How are you both feeling this morning and do you feel recovered?
Definitely not fully recovered. The voices, I didn't realize how much we were screaming last night, especially when we like finally found out that we had won. Oh my, like just jumping and screaming and everybody yelling for us. It was so much fun.
It's so much fun. It was weird waking up this morning, just like looking at the New York skyline for a bit. Wait, it's over. Like it's out. It's out. It's public. And it's just been this secret that has felt so taboo to talk about. And now it's like full public knowledge on the internet. And it's just such a shift.
Is it such a relief to finally be able to share that you guys won?
It is. I have been putting on a big old front with the people back at home. Just sometimes we do a viewing party with my tail between my legs, like, listen, it might be a tough episode. I'm just letting you know, like, and so I think it's been good to like get that momentum for a good big old finish. Yeah.
Did anyone think that you were going to win? Did people think you were going to get second, third? What were the predictions of your family and friends while they were watching the season?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most people thought we were gonna win, and like thankfully we did because like there's so many
Could you imagine?
people who are like, "I know you win, like you guys definitely win." I'm like, "Dang!"
And I remind them like anything can happen. Like 4 wins does not mean we're gonna win. Blah blah. They're like, I don't care. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm like that's hella rude if that's not how it comes up. So I'm grateful that was the way it went.
Well, I think that with the finale episode, I think it was shocking to me that y'all were behind for most of it. And then just that last challenge was like the moment where you were able to surpass the other team. What was going through your head throughout the leg of like, did you think that you were behind? Like, what was your thought process throughout the entire leg?
We knew we were behind, and it really started with that glass blowing. We cannot emphasize enough. It was like 45 minutes from the time Joel and Garrett left that we were able to finish. And so that's a killer amount of time in a finale leg. And at that point, I was thinking like, let's try for second. Like we'd love to get second.
25K sounds pretty good.
25, yeah, sounds pretty good. And so we still have troubles at the grunge challenge. And it wasn't until we hit trapeze that I think we tried to get our momentum up. Gregory gave so much encouragement in the car on the way to the kayaks because I was in my feels for sure. They don't show. But you study up. That's what you do.
What was like the moment where you like caught up time?
I really think, and this was kind of our mindset throughout it. I mean, obviously we hear it time and time again. It's not over till it's over. I mean, that's just like the number one thing, right? And so we kind of thought that hopefully at some point there'll be a challenge where it's physical. I think the physical challenges is something that, Johnny and I can excel in more than the other teams. So I really think it was the trapeze, honestly. I think that like the fact that Johnny got on his first try and I got on my second try really allowed us to make up some time, which is exactly what we were looking for.
It was everything following trapeze, like getting the trapeze, getting good directions and executing that perfectly, and then getting the kayaks on the first try. I kid you not. We were like ready to fix our kayaks. We assumed there would be something wrong. But thankfully there was not.
I have to say, as we watched this season, you guys made the Amazing Race look so easy. You guys were an incredible team. You never seemed to really have a lot of issues or communication problems, but we know the Amazing Race is probably the hardest show, in my opinion. So I want to know, what was the hardest part about the Amazing Race for the two of you that we may not have seen as viewers?
I mean, honestly, you guys know more than anyone, right? Like, it's those game time decisions that you have to make that really make or break a winning team or, second place, third place, fourth place. And so I think making those game time decisions were definitely the hardest part, and having that race brain as well. Cause you're in the middle of the race, adrenaline is pumping through your body. You can't really think straight. Like we make decisions that we usually wouldn't make in an everyday life.
Yeah, and you're tired. Your body's telling you different signals. I think back to Slovenia with that express pass, and that was a split time decision. We did not have all the information, and so we went back down. And people go, "Wait, you totally could have gotten it." I'm like, "That wasn't me. That was a different John who was sleep deprived and running up a bunch of stairs. And you're telling me you got to run more stairs." Like, there are influences that change your decision making at that time.
How did you two prepare? Like, what was your routine before even getting onto the show?
Yeah, well, the big thing is like preparing well before you find out that you're actually casted. As soon as you get that first call, start watching.
You got to start. Yep.
Yeah, start getting physically trained. Start your packing list. I was like crazy about the packing list and spreadsheets, as well as just like, I guess, like getting ready between each other, I think the interviews were actually really good prep to understand why we were running the race and what we wanted to get out of it, what were going to be our strengths and weaknesses. And so when it came time to actually get our game plan together, we had it pretty much laid out because we had to explain to CBS why we should be on the show. So all of that was good preparation and turned out pretty good.
One of the more fun parts was getting the gear. Yeah, John and I spent like $2,000 in gear, just like Lululemon and Aria.
Well, so now you can reimburse yourself.
Yeah, it was an investment. It was an investment.
We did the same thing. The moment we got our team color, we're like, all right, it's time to go shopping.
Buy everything purple you can find.
Purple was hard to come by for men back then. Now I feel like I see purple everywhere. I'm like, it's only around. Yeah. Okay, overall experience. What were some of the standout moments for the two of you that like will live with you for the rest of your life that you'll never forget?
I mean, it's a really long list, but like some of them, we can alternate. But for me, like doing the glider in Slovenia was awesome. It was a privilege to be able to find the clue and then just chill. And so I was able to take in the view. My pilot let me actually like joystick the glider for some of it and just kind of like got to do a free experience. Like Expedia helped me out there and really took that in.
Yeah. And then for me, probably in India, the first time we won our leg, I mean, we talk about this all the time. We were sure coming into the mat that we were in second place. There was no doubt in our head that we were in second place. And so when we got to the mat, and Phil said, we're team number 1. It almost felt like we won the race. We were like, we can just stop there. I don't even know what else we have to do. It felt so good.
Yeah. And there's so much that they don't show. And we've been doing like these like recap podcasts to not just like share with other people what happened, but for us to document our own memory. Like that, it's really a blog for us so that we're keeping in mind those little moments and the things that made us laugh and made us scared, that made the race overall.
What is something that you learned about yourself or about each other? I know y'all worked so well together, but is there anything new that you learned about each other or yourself while doing the race?
I realized I don't want to speak for both of us, but I guess I'm pretty wholesome. I thought I had a bit more edge to me, but on screen, like I don't know, I could be a little puffball sometimes. Just like the way I ask for directions and the way I'm helping other teams. I thought I'd come in and be like I'm cutthroat, like I'm like a poodle with like a paw, just like trying to go.
I love it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that answer. But I think the one other thing too is that I'm better under pressure than I kind of thought I was. I mean, I played football in college, so I knew that I at least knew kind of what the high stakes feels like. But when $1 million is on the line, like it's just such high stakes, and we were able to kind of like be cool under pressure. So that was good to learn. It was good to learn.
Well, I think future racers can learn a lot from the two of you, and I think next season, whoever the winners may be, have big shoes to fill because you guys were really strong competitors, and congratulations again. Seriously.
Thank you. Well, we learned a lot from you all. Like you were my first season, like the
That's
first
right. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
Flattered.
I was like, all right, I'm winning the show back. Like
what is something from the race that like you didn't expect that you experienced when doing the show?
Honestly, and I don't even know if we've talked about this, but one thing I didn't expect was how well Johnny and I got along during something like that.
Yeah.
Like we knew that, I know how to communicate with Johnny. Obviously, we've traveled a lot, but we've never worked together. Like we've never had a job together. This felt like we were co-workers almost. Mm-hmm. And the way that we were seamlessly getting through these detours, communicating, making decisions, like we're firing all cylinders.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I think that's a great answer. Yeah, I think going in, I was like, okay, John, just keep your cool, down. But I didn't have to like tell myself that a lot, which I think was really good. And it just shows like, we have more practice than I think we even realized going into this race. And it paid off.
So big question. And I know we talked about a winter season last night, Greg. If they called tomorrow and they did a victory lap season with all winners, are you saying yes?
And a heartbeat, even just to hang out with you all.
Yeah. I think we're a good time.
It'd just be so much fun. I think that would be like, because you know the palette of the people. I think with this, you're walking into the starting line, you don't know who you're with, but we have 34 other teams. We know our candidates, so we know it's going to be a good time.
Well, my last question then is, what's next for the two of you?
We're going to go to bed after this. That's
that's hibernating.
Take a nap.
Yeah. We both like love our jobs and careers, and so I think we'll keep that going. But like, would love to continue to stay involved with the race with CBS and And you also, just like joining this community, we're going to plug in the best we can.
Yeah.
Best we can.
Well, welcome
Amazing.
to the family.
Thank you.
Yes.
And enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's going to
Yes.
be like this, but just enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.